Hi everyone, welcome to my review of Tenet. So let's get started. So, finally, I get to watch a movie in the theater. The first time since March. Anyway, was it worth it? Hell yes, this is a movie that utilizes a theater, the effects you can feel in a theater really well. If there's one movie I had to pick that's come out this year that you absolutely must watch in a theater, especially during the whole pandemic, it has to be Tenet. Now, what's Tenet about? Well, here's the plot summary. It says the plot follows a secret agent as he manipulates the flow of time to prevent World War III. That by no means explains what happens in the movie. However, if I tried to explain everything that happens in the movie, number one, this would not be spoiler free. Number two, I'm just gonna be at it for a long time. You can know from this that it's loosely related to time travel. And that for me, since I watched Interstellar, is a little stale. That being said, both the movies are incomparable. The plots are totally unrelated, extremely different. Please don't get me wrong. But still, time travel, Nolan, seriously. There's a point at which you really start to question why Nolan's making such movies and only such movies. There's Memento, a beautiful movie. The Prestige, maybe one of my favorite movies by Christopher Nolan. One of my favorites. The guy's made some exceptional movies. The Dark Knight, the whole Batman series, absolutely outstanding. And you don't need to be a fucking masters in physics to understand that stuff. The story and the screenplay are as complicated as you'd expect any Christopher Nolan movie to be. From that perspective, it does not disappoint. In terms of being a complicated Christopher Nolan movie, hell yeah, it is a complicated Christopher Nolan movie. I'll tell you, this is not a one-time watch. Me having watched it one time, I definitely need to watch it one more time. I am gonna go into the theaters and watch it one more time. The opening sequence reminded me a lot of the scene from Dark Knight Rises where Bane enters the stadium and blows it the fuck up. Well, it's not the same thing happening in the opening sequence of this movie and that particular scene from Dark Knight Rises. That being said, I don't know, just the camera angles, the music, I don't know what it was, but it reminded me of that. John David Washington has put up a very earnest performance, and I look forward to seeing more of it. Robert Pattinson, as usual. Robert Pattinson's done a good job. Elizabeth Debicki, playing Sador's wife, has put on a very good performance. She was wonderful to watch, and I look forward to seeing more of her as well. Kenneth Branagh, he acted the best. He acted very intensely, your typical Russian oligarch, and he chews it to the bone. He really puts up a very intense performance. Depending on what kind of a person you are and what kind of acting you enjoy, you could think it was a bit much, but for me personally, I liked it. I like to see Kenneth Branagh doing that because I've seen him in different roles and he's never disappointed me. He's never ever disappointed me. Believe it or not, in the end, I was most surprised by one actor, and you will not believe who that was. It was none other than Dimple Kapadia. Seeing her in our Hindi movies, stuff like Finding Fanny and all, oh my god, I found her so irritating. I'm not kidding. I found her presence, her on screen presence, extremely irritating. That being said, Tenet did not feel like that. She was a welcome addition to the movie, and she did a good job. Her accent was not preposterous, it was very neutral. Her acting was not over the top, it was perfect. As composed as one of her stature in the movie should be. She did not belittle us Indians, which I loved, which was refreshing for me in Hollywood. It was not some stupid, lousy performance like Anil Kapoor in Mission Impossible 4. I mean, that was absolutely pathetic. Is this Christopher Nolan's best work? Oh my god. Far from it. Very far from it. That being said, it's a treat to the eyes. It's wonderful to watch. And it's definitely an experience that must not be missed from the cinema theaters. Do support our cinema theaters by going to them. Take your precautions and prove to the world that it's possible that if you're responsible, you can enjoy a movie and some popcorn. Nobody being harmed in the process. The background score in this movie was outstanding. Honestly, if you're going into this movie without knowing that it's not Hans Zimmer, you could even, if you're familiar with Hans Zimmer's work, you might even feel that it sounds like Hans Zimmer. And I have to admit, it does sound like Hans Zimmer. Just the style of the music did sound a bit like Hans Zimmer. But that is not a bad thing. Ludwig Göransson has done the music on this movie. The same guy who did it for Mandalorian, the same guy who did it for Creed 1, Creed 2, same guy who won the fucking Oscar for the Black Panther. He won the Emmy for Mandalorian and the Oscar for Black Panther. So he's no slouch. I think he's the next best. I think he's the next big thing. If you've not heard the music in Mandalorian, I'm not kidding. You could watch the entire series just for the music. I still think that's his best. I'm not surprised, but if you were going into the movie with any doubts of how the music would be, trust me, the music is amazing. Apt, it's perfect, it's futuristic, and it's brilliant. I feel the movie could have done with about 15 to 30 minutes more of screen time, though it's already a 2.5 hour movie, which is fucking long. I know Christopher Nolan always makes you sit on your seats for a long time. Trust me, the movie was very eventful. It didn't feel like a 2.5 hour long movie. It felt like a 1 hour 45 minute or a 2 hour movie. And the movie could have done with half an hour more of just fucking explaining to the audiences what the fuck is going on. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you in the next one.